Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian, welcome back to Crusader Kings III Tours and Tournaments. So a few things to look at here in the beginning of the episode. So first of all, I did name these two knight positions, the accolades, based on your guys' suggestions. So we have the Defender of Aquitaine. This is for that Valiant Knight, because we created this one when we became the King of Aquitaine, around that time. And then we have the Hewer of Fortresses, because he's a besieger. That's the primary trait for this knight position. Also, I went ahead and arranged marriages for all of our dynasty. I think so. I think I got all of them. So there's going to be a bunch of marriages popping up here. One thing I didn't do, though, I forgot to take care of, is to arrange marriages for some of our knights. And we could do that pretty quick here, since it's not as important who we marry them to. Basically just want somebody with good prowess, I suppose. So what we might want to do is go ahead and sort this by, you know what, actually, since I've already done a few of those marriages, let's wait until these all come in. And we'll go ahead and take a look at all these alliances that we did. So the first one here is another marriage with King Walter, the spawn of Satan of England. So we've already married, you know, our dynasty to most of his children. This one will be to his youngest daughter, and that's with one of our grandsons, which, if we just look at which one that is Duchess Juliana's son. And he is set to inherit that duchy as well. So we got that marriage set up. Also, we now have a marriage with the Emperor of the Byzantine Empire. So this is our son Robert. So, you know, he's set to inherit the Duchy of Aquitaine. So I felt like this was a really good, solid marriage for him. It really fits with what I think Raymond would want to do. He'd want his family linked with the emperors in Byzantine. And this is with one of his daughters, his youngest daughter here, who's 15 years old, born in the purple. And so they have now been betrothed. The next alliance here is, well, this is an alliance, but next marriage. So this is for Albert. He's that bastard grandson that we have. He has the hell trait, so basically it made sense to marry him to somebody who has the Amazonian trait. That's really all I looked for. Try and make sure this is like a line of really good knights, since he's a bastard. So we've got that set up. We also did an alliance with the King of Holland by marrying our granddaughter to him. And this is Bona's daughter, or one of her many, many children. I think that's all of her children now, because I believe I arranged a marriage for her as well. So he's obviously a lot older. It's pretty gross here, but it's the Middle Ages, so pretty fitting for the time, I suppose. But yeah, we now have an alliance with him. Not all of these marriages resulted in alliances, but many of them did. And so we'll have a lot more alliances than we did before. So this is our grandson, the one who is our acclaimed tonight. And this is a marriage with her. And I think this one might have also have been, yeah, due to traits. She has the intelligent trait. I don't think he's set to really inherit anything. He's just like a secondary son. And this is also the one where his sister has already inherited those titles. So the son of the giant, I think. Well, maybe not. They didn't have that many kids. Yeah, I don't think that's the same one. But anyways, so that's not really like an important marriage, just mainly for the trait. We also did a marriage with the Holy Roman Emperor, Kaiser Ferdinand the Crusader. And so this is for Princess Rosa. Remember, she's over here ruling for her son in Provence. And she didn't have any other kids, so I went ahead and did a matrilineal marriage here. It would make sense. She's got a title of her own. She's countess. She's also ruling this entire territory as regent. And so she probably wants a matrilineal marriage. And he's a giant, so why not a giant crusader here? And that is from his court, but won't result in an alliance or anything. And we also did a marriage here. For, if you guys recall, we had the issue where he is not actually of our dynasty because we didn't do the matrilineal marriage, but we controlled his marriage. So if you had set up, you know, if you tried to just arrange a marriage with him and had tried to set up a matrilineal marriage, he would have declined because obviously he has all these titles. He doesn't want to do that. But we control his marriage, and so we can instead arrange a marriage for one of our children or grandchildren, which in the case of this marriage was our eldest son and heir, his daughter, Arsenda. So what we did is just arrange a marriage for her, and then set it up for him to marry her since we controlled his marriage. And so yeah, we I've done a lot here, as you guys can see. That was a lot of marriages that needed to be taken care of. Also, we sent this off last episode to try and find accolade successor. Looks like we were able to find one. So I want to say this one here, yeah, that's this one. And so we can go ahead and appoint this character. And while he's not a great knight, he does have the ability to get the besieger, so we'll just go ahead and make him the successor. And then with this one, remember, we can't find a successor because they want us to use this older character here who's a guest, and we have to recruit to court, and just wouldn't make sense because he's really old. So we'll have to wait until he either leaves the court or until he dies. There is a feast that we can attend. This is this count here. Yeah, why not? I can see us attending that. It's kind of a distance, but sure. So we want to attend this here, as long as we don't have to spend too much money, just the little minimum cost to travel on over there. So I think that's all the marriages. Yeah, it looks like that was all the marriages. So we can go ahead and marry our knights off before I forget, because I will. Yeah, we'll just try and find, you can see if there's anybody here, but yeah, there's no options that we have available. So yeah, we'll just find a marriage. Again, probably just based on the inheritable traits and then sort it by prowess, since, these are just knights. So yeah, maybe her. As long as they're not lowborn, which I think we have sorted it, so we haven't. Okay, so we'd want to do that, but obviously that character is not lowborn. So yeah, we'll do this marriage here. Just get some marriages for our knights. He's obviously much older here. Yeah, just sort it by prowess. And then just arrange a marriage for each of them. Now, many of these already have spouses. That might have been it. Well, we do have Sancho here, but he's going to be taking that. He's going to take that one position over. But yeah, we can go ahead and find him a spouse as well. And just see if there's anybody half decent here. Yeah, why not her? I don't want to spend too much time looking for these marriages here when it's just for a night, because obviously it's not a good use of our time here. So do this marriage here. There's the robust trait, and that looks good. Yeah, all right, excellent. So we got all those marriages arranged, and they should all accept that. And so now our knights are happily married. Okay, so we're at this feast here. We're going to get some prestige. I actually wanted to change up the intent here to maybe befriend somebody, because we don't really have any stress problems at the moment. So let's just see who all has attended this feast. There's nobody of a high rank or anything. This is just a count's feast. But yeah, we could try and befriend Countess Bona, our cousin chancellor, and of course one of our vassals. I think we tried doing Aldebert before, our steward. Everybody really likes us at this moment. Oh yeah, he's the one we romanced. That's great. I guess we can go ahead and do any of these here. Maybe this is the guy we tried doing, actually, because yeah, he's a powerful vassal. He doesn't like us. I mean, he doesn't hate us again. It's mainly because he expects a position on the council, which we're not going to give him. It looks like we're the honorary guest here. We've been praised for being noble, so we got 150 prestige there. And we're closer to forming a friendship with the count here. Alright, so we're going to pause this for a second. I want to see who all we can imprison here. I know we looked at this before. It seems like something new. Somebody new is in here. Well, this is our friend, so we wouldn't imprison him, and of course that's Bona. Okay. So just want to see if there is anybody there that we might want to imprison to take their title. We can't get one more title here. If we so want, and you know, if they're a criminal, then justice must be done, unless we like them, of course. In which case they can commit all the crimes they want. We don't really seem to care. It's taken much of the evening to get myself close to the Count without making it feel forced. After all, the best friendships are natural. I want him to think that this is spontaneous. By St. Matthew, extols my maybe friend, barely disguising a belch. That was a heavy horse, and so soon after the last weighty one, it simply sits too heavily in the stomach. I simply cannot believe that the servants expect to keep serving their master working this poorly. So we can say yes, sadly it was just a poor choice. I think this is a diplomacy challenge, 92% chance that we'll make a friend here. I think we're gonna gain stress because we're gregarious and lose stress because we're arrogant. Results in a net loss of 15, or net gain, excuse me, of 15. We can instead say we loudly sing the meal's praises, we'll gain prestige, and we'll lose stress due to being both arrogant and fickle. We'll increase his opinion of us, but not make him a friend. Or we can switch a subject to something less contentious, which we wouldn't want to do because we're arrogant. So really we could do either of these options. I think we'll take the stress to become his friend. And that was our goal here. So we bonded with him. Alright, so is there anything more jovial than a good feast? Guests throng to and fro, eating and chatting while flickering torchlight plays off every wall. You know what, I feel like we've read this one. Yeah, we definitely read this one here. Because we're back in the recreation intent, once we complete our last one. So we can lose a ton of stress. Say good folk to mingle with here, and we'll lose 30 stress and gain opinion. Or a chance to be seen with the great and the good and gain prestige, lose a little bit of stress. And that's probably what we would say, considering the fact that we're always singing our own praises and want everybody to see us. Alright, so yeah, we've seen this event before as well. So we can help out this Baron here. And we'll get a weak hook on him. Sure, why not? And we're the guest of honor here, so the toast is going to be to us. We'll lose more stress, get an opinion with the Count here. And of course we're going to get the prestige and this modifier here, increasing our prestige because we're highly esteemed. So of course we would go to this, being that we're, you know, we're the guest of honor, and Raymond would certainly want that privilege. And we did get some trade experience for that eager reveler, and we lost a ton of stress. So let's take a look at our progress on this trait here. It's about halfway to the next level, which would give us a diplomacy point. And I think that's it. That's all you get that we don't already have. Yeah, I think so. Okay. So making progress on that. We don't throw any of our own feast. We have arrived back home as well. So yeah, we don't throw any of our own feast, so we don't really make fast progress on that trait. And I don't recall what we have her doing. Finding secrets over here. That's right. So we can try and get more agents to work against this family here. So we're going to go ahead and allow her to stay here. Or demand that she stay there. And it looks like our granddaughter just had a child. And they want to name her after us. Raymonda. That sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds like something we'd like. And this is bonus daughter. Okay. For one of her daughters. Of course, she's got a ton of children. And Princess Rosa was just imprisoned by this mayor. How did that happen? Because he doesn't have any right to imprison her. He must have, like, kidnapped her or something like that. And we'd be quite unhappy with that. I wish I'd looked at who he was, because, well, I suppose what we could do is look at her in here. She's already free. Never mind. I was going to say we could look at her in there. And her spouse is actually her regent. Yeah, we could have looked at her in there and seen who had her imprisoned. So this is another one of our counts. This one's our friend. Doing a feast, or excuse me, a hunt. And again, I think we're going to attend this. And it's saving us money. You know, we're not having to do these ourselves. Although, can we do it? Yeah, we can't make it there. So we're going to attend these, and we're trying to save money so we can do our grand tour. Our counselor died. Our spymaster. So she's been our spymaster for a very long time. We'll have to find somebody else who could do that role for us. We also got that 2 gold there. Yeah, she's been our spymaster for a long time. And we had so many secrets on her. She had a lot of different relationships with men. So we got these 3 powerful vassals. None of them are really all that good at intrigue. So if we want somebody who's decent, could just put our friend in place here. He's a count as well, and he's fantastic. So it makes sense to put him in that position. Maybe he can find this secret here that we've been looking for some time now. So somebody else has been added in here. It looks like Countess Juliana is now somebody we can imprison. This is our vassal here. I mean, yeah, we could take her title. What'd she do? Oh, she cheated on her husband. I see. So you could just like snatch her title from her. Which duchy is this in the realm of? Okay. So we could arrest her. She is a known criminal. So we'll go and attempt to imprison her. So far, all our potential criminals here, or they are criminals, but all the ones we could potentially arrest have been like friends and family members, and Raymond's just not the type to do that. In regards to something I'd asked last episode, whether or not you guys felt like Raymond was the type to attempt to assassinate characters that were in the way of our dynasty inheriting certain titles, such as the Kingdom of England, but there's several others as well, since we have spread out our dynasty quite far and wide at this point. But it does seem that most of you guys agree with me that it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for Raymond to do that. He's just not the type. So we will not be assassinating those characters. So we've seen this event here before. This is a prowess challenge. We can lose some stress here. Might even maim ourselves. 13% chance. But I think he's probably like manual labor is beneath him at this point. And why would he do that? He's not even stressed out or anything. There's no purpose to this. So why risk it when he's just not the type? So he wasn't able to find a secret either. This was only his first shot. Let's give him more time to maybe find a secret. Now, he wants to pay ransom to free her up. We're going to decline that because, we put her in the prison for a reason here. We have arrived at the hunt as well. Yeah, we're going to, rather than ransoming her, we're going to go ahead and snatch her title from her. And of course, the family's going to be very unhappy with us. And after we take this title, we'll be keeping that for ourselves. She's a rival, so now we're going to have to kill her. Yeah, of course, you would not be, should not be happy with that position. With her position, I should say. So now, let me just show you a couple things. So first of all, here's our list of friends. We've got quite a few friends now. So she's the only rival, but yeah, look at the number of alliances we have here, guys. If you just look at all of our allies, of course we have our wife. We got family members, but yeah, we're allied with the Pope. Our one of our cousins here, distant cousin. Just looking at the kind of higher ranking marriages here. You got the Byzantine Empire as an alliance. You got the King of Poland as an ally. I mean, it'd be a fantastic time for us to declare war on France because we'd have so many allies that we'd be able to just wreak havoc on his territory. So he's currently in a war. Why can we not declare war? Oh, because we're in activity. So his wars, so he's currently fighting against Norway, probably due to his alliance with Denmark. Yeah, because it seems the Danish king is trying to gain control of the Kingdom of Norway. Wow. Okay, so that'll be interesting if they win that. As of right now, they're currently winning. He's also defending against another war here. All right, so what we're going to want to do is probably go ahead and do that activity first before we do the war. But yeah, I could see us. Who's this? Oh, we still have her in our prison. I took the title from her, but I forgot she was in our prison, so you might as well go ahead and execute her. We'll gain some dread, we'll lose some stress, we'll spend some piety. Go ahead and behead her, piss everybody off, but she's a rival and she's a criminal. And the last thing you want is to be a rival with Raymond. He kills everybody who is a rival of his, mercilessly. So we're at this hunt now. And I'm not sure how much money we want to raise. The more we raise, the more places we can go for that activity. And we've made camp here. Okay. I was kind of thrown off because I forgot that she was the one that we had, whose hunt we went to. Do we want to do the recreation? Is this another bird one? Yes. There's really no other option outside of friendship. So that's still just the same character there. We're trying to save our money, and it's not really going to make us something that we actually need. But let me just take a look, because we don't really need to lose the stress here. So we can see if there's anybody that we'd want to befriend. There's another powerful vassal who doesn't like us that'd make a great friendship. So we'll try. We'll try and form a friendship with him. Uh-oh. A prisoner in my own body. Alright, so we just got the infirm trait. So it looks like our time is just about done here, guys. Because we won't likely recover from that. That's very unfortunate. Raymond's not in a good position here. So we'll likely be changing characters again soon and becoming Guilhem. So this is our attempt to befriend him. So just looking at good options here. You can appeal to his active side. Just see what his traits are. He's humble, cynical, deceitful. He is a hunter. You can appeal to his social side. He's not really all that social. You don't want to appeal to his compassionate side because he's certainly not compassionate. It's not the most diligent either. And stewarding's probably not going to be what he likes either. Honestly, none of these seem like a good fit here. So yeah, probably one of these two, I suppose. But yeah, none of them are a good option. At the very least, he's a hunter, so you could go with that route. Yeah, I suppose we'll go with that one. He's probably not going to like it, though. Yeah, they don't have much impact. So we lost opinion with them. We just blame it on the fact that we're now infirm. Alright, so we'll start this hunt up. Very low chance of success here. And so the hunt does fail. And we've been called to war against a peasant revolt that our wife is dealing with. I mean, we're always going to accept this. And this allows us to leave the hunt if we wanted to. But we don't need to do that. Somebody else can handle it. We might actually need to help her. Yeah, I don't think she'll be able to do this on her own. So we'll just raise up our men-at-arms in this case. Because, yeah, she's not going to win this on her own. And so, yeah, we're just going to raise up the men-at-arms. And then we'll help her out here. What do you get that? Hunter experience trait there. And we lost a bunch of stress. Alright, so we'll wipe out these troops real quick. And help her put down this rebellion. That she otherwise would not be able to win. Do we really want to cross this? I mean, it doesn't really matter, I suppose, because we're going to win it no matter what. That's not like manpower is is really like a factor in this game. My son learned new language. And we have a potentially dangerous faction here. Is it just these peasant rabbles? Yeah. We do have this countess that's unhappy with us. Yeah, it's just a peasant rabble. Do we have full control of this territory here? I didn't even bother to look. We do not. Okay, so what we'll need to do is go ahead and set up our son to take care of that. Now, I'm surprised that he's not serving as the regent. Not only because we're on activity, but because, you know, we're infirm. So I thought he was supposed to be. Yeah, that's strange. You're not seeing anything here about that, though. Alright, so we can go disband our troops now that the war is over. And we can always declare our own war, but remember, we're waiting to do this activity here, which we're not really earning much, but I think that's because it hasn't calculated that we've put the troops back down, disbanded them. Yeah, I feel like you guys got to keep on finding secrets. I could see if we could take them out now. It won't be until 1142. Now, somebody told me what's going on with this here is that it's not a bug, but that, you know, each of the dynasties that are in the house feud, they get the modifier that says they're in the feud. So just because your side of the family, you know, your family ended the feud doesn't mean that the other side ended it. I don't know if you could see that anywhere. You'd assume so. Well, we got, they have this house modifier. Yeah, I wonder if they're still in it. Because it looks like they're not. I assume that's why they would have that modifier, right? Let me just take a look at our own dynasty here. Did we get any kind of modifier? Yeah, we did. Yeah, I wonder if that means that it's over for both of us. I don't know. Because, yeah, I think that you should have that modifier there about the house feud if you still have it. So maybe the house feud is over. So, yeah, I guess we'll pull him back. And he can instead do the disrupt schemes. Yeah, that works out fine. Yeah, you guys can let me know if that's not the case, but I think that means that it's over. Oh, no. Our lioness died. Oh, that's sad. We can become the owner of her pelt, though. I don't know if that would be worth keeping, but it sounds like something Raymond would do. So this is a terrible time for poor Raymond here at age 60. And Bona just died as well, our cousin. She fell from the window of her bedchamber. Wow. Okay, that's terrible. Terrible way to go. She was our chancellor. So we can go ahead and put one of these people in charge here. They're all terrible. Yeah, none of them are very good. Or we can just go ahead and put somebody else here if we want to do it for the diplomacy points. But it really doesn't... We don't really need the diplomacy here. So I think we might just end up going with him. Yeah, we'll just put him in place. He's the best of these three. And he's also the one that doesn't like us. So yeah, we'll put him into this position. So I think we'll go ahead and take a look at the Grand Tour. And so remember, we can do the Majesty one or the Taxation one. I think that this is what we would do as Raymond. That would be what he would care about. And he's at the end of his life here. I don't know if traveling like this would be a good idea, but I feel like we need to get it started because I don't think it's going to last much longer. It's kind of like a final thing that he does here in his life. And so we'd probably want to visit our son over there. Again, I think the way we should do this is just select who all we want to visit and then arrange them later based on who we decide on. So it makes sense that you do it with your most powerful vassals. So anybody who has like a lot of titles, you'd certainly want to visit on such a tour, as well as maybe people that you're close to. I mean, so you'd probably want our granddaughter because yeah, she's a duchess, so it makes sense. Could also do our other son here. Remember, we can only do so many though, so that's something to consider too. So let me just dip through here, see who all has multiple counties. And there's not many. We've kind of worked on ensuring that not too many people did. So it makes sense that we'd go over to him, I think, since he's one of the few who does have multiple counties. We might be able to do one more, in which case you'd probably go to the son, though. We're going to all our family members right now. I don't know if it makes sense. If you're trying to do a Majesty tour, I don't think it makes sense to just go to a bunch of family members and say, look at how glorious I am. I would think you would want to do that with maybe somebody who doesn't like you. So you got a 19 opinion here. Count Roger has a pretty low opinion. He's a zealot. And that might have an effect as well. Like, who would appreciate this type of tour the most? Yeah, maybe that powerful vassal who doesn't like us, although I guess he doesn't dislike us anymore because we just gave him a position on the council. Yeah, maybe her. You're going up that way anyways. Well, this person really doesn't like us. Wow. Maybe we go see her then. Try and impress her. Alright, so again, you want to arrange this based on where they're located. So where it would make the most sense. And so we'd probably want to go up and then back down, is what I'm thinking. So you'd want to see him first, and then her, and then him, and then her. I think that makes the most sense. Yeah, and then we'd cross that way. Yeah, we'll do it that way. That's 324. That's all our money. That's all we'll be able to afford is just visiting these four. Again, if we don't do it soon, we're not going to get to do it because we will die. All right, so let's go and arrange that. And let's close this. Then we need to, get all the rest of this set up. Our intent. So you can do recreation, lechery, altruism, or justice. I suppose we'd do justice. Sure, we'll go with that route. And then you pick your entourage. So you can do 5 close courtiers, 10, or all of them. And this will increase the prestige, but also increase the cost. And we didn't really consider that fact. Just how expensive this is going to be. With all the other cost involved. And so now we don't have enough money. So even if we did the cheapest options, it'd be 463. So obviously this is not going to work. So we're going to have to take somebody out here. And I suppose it makes sense to cut out her out of all of them. So do that. That puts it at 207. Hopefully we'll be able to afford it now. So we'll do the same, current route that we have here, visiting our son and heir last. And now we can just barely afford it. That's with a small entourage and no luxuries. Wow. Okay, that's what we're going to do though. A majestic start. So we're going to lose stress because we're gregarious and arrogant. Of course, we'd love to do this as an arrogant character. So our arrival at the Count Bernard's castle is marked with fanfare befitting the king of the realm, and the locals are clearly awed by the grandeur and pomp of my escort, which is surprising because we didn't spend much money on this. Though we're met with the burden of formalities, visiting a good friend is always a welcome reprieve, and Bernard outlines the planned tour. He assures me that this is a fair and fine land, that merely gazing on her towns and fields will be entertainment enough. Only time will tell. So we're going to gain a ton of prestige here, and what's good about that is that we're trying to get to the living legend before we die here, and we need a lot more fame to get there. As I continue my tour around the grounds of the barony, I hear an unfamiliar voice all around. Suddenly I find my entire party surrounded by women in hoods pointing knives and bows directly at me. One of the assassins steps towards me and presses her knife firmly to my side. Happy hunting, my lord? We've come hunting kings. Though I am at first startled, it quickly becomes clear that this is just an act. The assassin gives me a wink, and I observe that their weapon is made entirely of wood and dull on all sides. They expect me to play along and foil the attempt on my life. So this is the Majesty Tour success here, and this is how you gain that prestige and renown. And we're not very likely to see a level 4 here. But if we did, you get that modifier there, which allows you to get more taxes and a ton of prestige. And so that'd be great, but yeah, probably not going to get that level, guys, because we didn't spend much. But maybe we'll have to see what happens, because we'll get different events with choices that might increase that. So we can play along with this, or we could get upset. I was a gregarious character, apparently would like to play along with it. So yeah, we'll go with that. That gets us more prestige as well. So we got some suspicious activity Having just exited the tavern recommended by the Count, I find myself outside in the shady alleyway. Out of the darkness, a strange sound emerges. As I quietly move towards the sound, curious to its origins, I catch a glimpse of Bernard. What is he doing out here in the murky alleyway at this hour? I try to get a better view of what he's up to without making my presence known, but one thing is for certain, he's up to no good. So we could just inch closer. This is a prowess challenge. 43% chance we'll succeed. Or say let's not. Would we want to peer in on what he's doing? Would we care? I don't know. I almost feel like we wouldn't even care that much. Yeah, we'll just say let's not. His secrets are his own. And we get a hook on him as well. I suppose we could use that hook. Yeah, we could go ahead and use that hook to change up. Although we don't have the option here. I don't know if we've done that already. But, oh, it's not on him. I see. Yeah, I guess that's not on him, huh? We have to wait until he takes over. So bribe to look away. Your host has paid you to look away from a certain room. You paid us 75 gold. We also got a diplomacy perk. Okay. Alright, so we got another event here. As I continue my tour around the grounds of the barony, I hear... Oh, wait a minute. This sounds like... Yeah, we've already had this one. Okay, so we'll just do the same option, play along with it. And taxable extras. So this is our grandson. He's one of our knights. He's the bastard grandson, Albert. So the barony seems like a truly opulent and excessive place. Everywhere I look, I see signs which all point to one thing: undeclared taxable amenities. The livestock count seems much higher than reported. The count's abode seems almost luxurious enough to be for a king. Albert suggests that I should tax this excess, since Count Bernard has clearly not been paying his dues. Well, I guess as the arrogant character, we would want to tax him. Only a 29% chance it would be successful because we have such low stewardship, but yeah, we'll go ahead and do it and probably fail. And we actually did succeed. Okay. So we got some gold there, kind of help pay for this expensive trip. A parting demand. Alright, so he's going to demand something from us. I've concluded my royal visitation, and the Count and his court have all lined up neatly to see me part, and with everything present, it's time, and with everyone present, it is time to collect tribute for bestowing him with my presence. So we say it's time for tribute, and he'll lose prestige, we'll gain some, and our dynasty gains renown, and our grand tour becomes more majestic. If he rejects, this is actually a crime, or he can make no demands. That's interesting. We also lost a holding here. That's a shame. We lost that holding because of being infirm, of course. I just noticed that now. But yeah, we'll do the time for tribute. And he does give in. And so we got that renown and prestige. So let me just pause this. We'll go ahead and do this event. And then we need to pick a perk here still. And then we might want to... Well, we'll take a look at the inheritance and see what's going on with that. The finer points of diplomacy. So this is Robert. Just speaking of the inheritance. Because I'm kind of curious what he's all going to inherit here. Oh, this is his last trait. I see. So remember, he's already content and zealous. So we make him forgiving, patient, or let him keep the trusting trait here. I think this is the second time he got the trusting trait in these events, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like he got it last time, and then we switched it up to something else. So I guess we'll probably just stick with that, since he continues to get the trusting trait. It seems like that's who he is. I might be mistaken, but I could have swore he got it. An event that gave it to him before. So now we're moving down this branch here. So we'll get the befriend, so we can use the befriend scheme. Unlocks a challenge to board game interaction, allows us to play friendly games with other characters. I can see that being something we might want to do, especially being like infirm here. We're weak of body and not going to want to travel as much. We'll probably want people to travel to us and We'll have some friendly games. This will be our last bit of traveling here, most likely. Although the infirm trait, for whatever reason, does not end up with a regency. I thought it would, but yeah, I guess if it's just weak of body, I suppose you could still rule. But it should at least have some effect, like on traveling or something, right? This seems like it would. Do get the severe penalty to health, so you see we're now ailing. Settling in for dinner. So we have arrived at the next location, Duchess Juliana's. I receive a welcome worthy of a king at the gates of Duchess Juliana's castle in Bordeaux. Little doubt the splendor of my train has made a great impression. Accepting hospitality from this miserable fopdoodle is enough to destroy my appetite. There had better be some Fritter blanched? Not sure what that is. Juliana explains the planned evening banquet, promising the entertainments and victuals on offer will near the standards of my own court's dinners. She assures me that it's only the finest dinner, or only the finest food she has to offer. So we'll get some prestige, lose some stress, and begin this dinner activity here. So a local delicacy. So dinner this evening is a little different from what I'm used to. The cook lackadaisically drops the bowl in front of me, and I'm immediately met with the most unworldly aroma I've ever smelled in my life. This dish from the depths of hell is offensive to all the senses. Some slimy gray substance sits in its pale foamy broth like an unintended chamber pot, with a single sprig of herb placed atop in a futile effort to make the thing look appetizing. My every instinct compels me to fling the thing out of the nearest window, but Duchess Juliana of Gascogne assures me that it is a local delicacy worthy of a king. I don't know, man. Feels like she's disrespecting us or something here. Our granddaughter. She's pregnant, by the way. She already has the one son who you've arranged that marriage with. You know, she has another child in the womb. Yeah, we can down the hatch. And this will result in us getting more stress. 5% chance anyway, and become ill. 44% chance you just get the stress gain. 44% chance it's a good meal. 5% chance that we'll get the stress loss with a good meal. So our gregarious trait makes us not want to do this. Our arrogant trait makes us not want to do this. So it can really go either way. I am starting to feel a little insulted here. This is our granddaughter though, so you'd think she wouldn't be insulting the king when he comes to her capital. So yeah, let's go down the hatch, but we're gonna see how this goes, this visit here. And it was disgusting. Okay, so now we got that penalty to the stress gain, but it looks like maybe there's a good performance here at least. So it seemed that she's decided to put on a performance for my amusement this evening. I sit at the feast table eagerly awaiting my entertainment when Duchess Juliana of Gascogne appears in unflattering makeup and shoddy dress. Oh whoa, I cannot hold on to my mortal coil any longer. Curses, I shall never again humiliate King Raymond of Aquitaine. The performance involves a lot of bowel movement sounds and mocking pain sounds, a recreation of the time my rival... Which rival was this? Raoul? Well, we executed him. Well, anyways, this is a little performance of that when he was executed. I wonder, should I indulge this? We'd probably love it. Yeah, I feel like we'd love it. And so this is going to get that stress completely reduced. Increase opinion with her, becomes more majestic, and she'll gain some prestige. She has a good sense of humor. Raymond likes it. Alright, so we have a call to war here. Oh, I'm trying to pause it. And it's... everything's moving here. So we need to support our ally in Holland. I don't know if we'll actually go over there right now because we're currently doing this tour. We're going to accept it. He might not even need our assistance. And yeah, we're not going to end our grand tour. We wouldn't be leading our own troops. Anyways. Alright, so yeah, he has this rebellion here. It looks like it's not a small rebellion. He may need our assistance. But we're only going to send our men-at-arms over there. But we're going to wait just a little bit before we do so. Try and get some of this tour done before we got to go over there and manage that. So at dinner, I find an opportunity to demonstrate my majesty. My procession is rich with valuables and talented people, and perhaps I can ingratiate myself with the Duchess if I leave a little piece of me behind. There are many things I could bestow out of my benevolence, perhaps. So we could leave our doctor there. We're not going to do that. We could leave this book here, which is of our mother. It's a tome that retells the story of when our father became friends with our mother. Not lovers, but friends. So we could give that to her. And, you know, we'd be staying in our dynasty, giving it to our granddaughter. That makes a lot of sense, especially here at the end of her life. Could do that. Could say gold is always a great gift. Give her 120. Yeah, let's give her that. That makes sense. Keep it in the family. Give it to the granddaughter. One who's having a bunch of kids, and, you know, she could gift it to one of her children. Kind of keep it in the dynasty here. So she took the gift. And now we're friendly. And also our... I don't think we had that equipped either, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, we did. We actually did have it equipped. Or whatever we had equipped there broke. That's a possibility as well. But yeah, I think it makes sense to grant that out. So I'm not unhappy that we gave that to her. And we increased our success chance here of getting a good tour. We will need to place something else, though. We don't have a lot of options here because we gave a lot of our items to our son. So really it's just these two. Both result in the same prestige gain. And this is seducing, which we're not doing. So it makes sense to go ahead and do the bison horn. We still don't have a crown either. We need a damn crown here. So we're now at level 2. So we're doing alright here. Not too bad. And do we want to raise this army right now? It is a long way to march. Where's his army at? Okay, his army's right here. It looks like he does have the larger army than this one here, but once they all combine, he's going to be in a bad position. So let's go and send our troops now. Because it is going to take a while for them to get there. And we're only raising the men-at-arms. So at least we'll still be earning money. And as for who do we want to be in charge... I'm not entirely sure why we have this guy here. I mean, he is an aggressive attacker and he's a military engineer. So could keep him in place. That's Sancho. He's the one that's set to get one of our knight titles. But he doesn't have the highest commander advantage. You know, I think we're going to put this count to charge instead. Alright, so it's going to march the troops on over to here. See how we want to go about doing this. And we'll just go there. It'll take them some time to get over there. And once we get there, we'll see if we can't assist with a battle or whatever. Or we'll just do sieges, whatever we have to do to kind of help out in the conflict. A flavorful combination. So life as a king brings all manner of magnificent and fanciful food to my plate, but lately I've grown tired of these same flavors and textures. I desire the truly outrageous, the truly exotic. Well, we had an opportunity for that with the last feast, and we didn't like it. So to one side of me, I see candied figs, and to the other are boiled vegetables. What if I were to take these two distinct flavors and taste them at once? So you say a worthwhile experiment, or I could not be so bold. Yeah, we'll go with the worthwhile experiment. 25% chance we get ill. 25% chance we get a stomach ache. And a 50% chance that it's a successful food experiment. Maybe it'll keep us alive longer. It was a failure. So we lost stress and gained a stomach ache, which is just a tiny penalty. Somewhere around here. Is it that one? No, that's the one we already had. Okay, yeah, we can't see it in here, but we are getting... Supposedly, we getting a tiny penalty to our health. I'm not seeing it, though, here. But overall, the food on this feast has just been terrible. Raymond has not liked it. So as I finish my meal, another board is placed down in front of me. But this time, instead of food, it is topped with little game pieces. Oh, she's challenged us to a game. My liege, surely you know that I am famed as one of Gascon's finest chess players. But I wish to play not merely for fun. Perhaps we could make things interesting by putting up a wager. So the Duchess grins at me, idly twiddling a piece between her fingers, eager for a match. So we say, it's my move, Juliana. If we lose a match, she'll get a weak hook on us. If we win, we'll get a weak hook on her. And we like playing games. Yeah, let's do it. So So we'll have this game here. Though, looks like we're leaving at the same time that we're doing the game. Yeah, seems that's the case here. Alright, so I guess we'll do this one first here, though another one's just going to pop up. I guess what we'll want to do is like pause this. And so we need to figure out how to defeat her. We don't want her to get a hook on us. She's already a powerful vassal. And so we can go with the martial option, which we are not good at. We're not really good at any of these. And plus we're infirm, so we're going to be much worse than we were before. So frankly, we're the same stat for every single one of these. And they're all garbage. And so really wanting to base this off of what she might end up doing. So she does not have great stats in any of them except for learning. She might go with the intrigue option too, but I'm not too worried about her martial there. So we'd probably want to counter her learning by doing the intrigue challenge. Yeah, we'll do that because I assume that's what she would go for. So we'll try the you'll never see my moves coming. I think we're going to lose this because she's just better overall. We're infirm, so I was thinking we'd sit around playing games, but with the infirm trait, we would suck at playing games. So we would just keep on going with this option here. She could be going with the intrigue as well, so you could even throw in, I guess we'll throw in one like that. Kind of throw them around here. And yeah, she's definitely winning as of right now. I think she will win this. Yeah, she did win. So we can say we'll see who wins next time. I guess our arrogant trait makes us gain some stress here. We could say you've made an enemy of me today. Oh, well, the better woman won, which we definitely wouldn't say as an arrogant character. Or wouldn't we say the better person would win it, considering the fact we're not a woman? But this is a diplomacy challenge. 99% chance we'd make her our friend doing this, but yeah, we wouldn't do that. So we just go with this option here, gain a little bit of stress. Alright, so now we have the parting demand. And it is time for tribute. Now, she did get that hook on us. We'll have to see if she ends up making use of it. But this will get us that renown and make this a more successful tour here. Alright, so we're moving towards level 3 now. And we've gotten to our son's location. Is he like... he's probably off in the war, isn't he? Yeah, I assume that's what he's currently doing. So my word has reached me that my plans have been interrupted, and it is no longer possible for me to pay a visit to him. He's taken to the field of battle, no longer able to host me. That's unfortunate. Alright, so I think that means we're just going to go back home now. Yeah, so that means it would be a level 2. 600 prestige, 50 renown. And it's not bad, but what sucks is that we paid to visit him. And that's just part of this war happening right when we're on this grand tour. With all those alliances, you know, they'll help us out against the King of France, but, you know, obviously there's the negative of they'll be pulling us into their own conflicts. And did we get that rebellion? Yeah, it looks like we got that rebellion here. So we'll have to fight this, but unfortunately our troops are already on the march, so now we got to bring them back. Alright, so let's go ahead and have them come back to put down this rebellion. It's a small rebellion, so it shouldn't take too long. And yeah, we'll just continue on the grand tour. So yeah, I'm about to go wipe this out here. I wonder what happens if you go through a territory that's currently under siege. And he's going through this way. Okay. Alright, so we did finish up the grand tour. And it is still playing. Apparently. Yeah, when you have this up, it's still playing. We did defeat that rebellion as well. So we got him captured. Well, let's take a look at that in a minute. Yeah, with the conclusion, you can see everything that we gained here. And everybody gained 20 opinion with us. And we also got glory for our knights as well. So he would have hosted a dinner for us. So we got similar events there. Maybe we would have liked that dinner a bit more though. Alright, so we'll finish up the Grand Tour, and yeah, unfortunately we didn't get to level 3 there, but we still got Renown and Prestige. Also, we got a potential commander who's just arrived as a guest. And we need to take a look at our dungeon. See what we want to do with this character here. Well, he's not a good knight. He's okay marshal, though. And he doesn't have the money to be ransomed. Probably just execute him then. We'll lose that piety there. Raymond's not a very pious character. Alright, so we can also do this marriage here. She is now of age. Apparently she's ill, though. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, we're going to send that proposal off, and they'll get married. And now we need to send our troops back over to Poland. Could go up through this way, because I figured we'd be doing those battles there, but yeah, I guess we can come up through this way. Let me see how the best way to go about doing this would be. Okay, so that would go by sea. It'd be quicker, but obviously it would cost us money. We'll just go this way then. We'll just march all the way across Germany, France and Germany, and eventually get there. It's such a distance. And what is this notification about? Lacking successors. Also, we took a look at this before. I think we didn't have the money to repair it, so let's go ahead and repair that. Yeah, I guess we could just repair all these. Oh, these are expensive, Jesus. Alright, so probably not going to repair this one then. Oh, that's a really expensive one. Yeah, we're not going to repair that at all. Just too damn expensive. And we can take a look, see if there's anybody to be nominated here. Let's do that one. I already have this one appointed. I think it's this one here. Alright, we've already done that. For the other position. Alright, so unfortunately, we are going to have to end today's episode here. Got 10,758 prestige here. Still a long way to get to the next level. We'll just have to see if he can make it. He's 61 years old. Health is poor. And of course, he's infirm. So yeah, what to see. Right now, our son is 32 years old. I'm sure he's chafing at trying to take over here. He finally had a son. Wow. He had 5 daughters before he finally had a son here. So I didn't know if he would or not. As we have seen characters in past series that had a bunch of daughters and no sons. Now he did name his son after us, which makes sense. You would, when you have a father like this, of course you'd name your son after him. So we'll have another Raymond here. So we'll keep that as is. And he also got the robust trait. All right, excellent. Did his mom have that trait? No, she didn't. Neither did the father. All right, so we got the robust trait in our main line. That's excellent news. But yeah, we'll have to end today's episode here. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.